What is up, YouTube? Okay, I am doing hot topics not in the hot tub. It is freezing outside. It's a little bit drizzling, even though I do have something over my hot tub. I'm still getting over a cold, and I just didn't want to be outside and possibly get sick again. So, kept my bathing suit on, and I'm doing hot topics in the hot house. I have my heat on because I'm freezing. Okay, here we go. We're going to answer some questions. So thank you very much to everybody on Instagram that asked questions. See, my nose is running, but I don't feel like getting up. That asked me questions on Instagram. I will tell you this is a combination of questions from yesterday, which is like 2.5 weeks ago, and from like a week and 2 weeks before that I never answered on YouTube, but I did answer going live on Instagram. So, I don't know if you guys heard these answers, so I figured I'd do it again. Alright, and there's some great questions. Okay, so my friend Beck, to start it out, said, "You're the hot topic," because I asked Instagram, please leave your questions for the next hot topic. So, love you, Beck. Somebody else did this. I guess that's Chef's Kiss, because I posted a picture on Instagram with the questions box. Okay, being the phenomenal trainer that you are today, this is one of my clients, is there anything that you would tell your past you? No, and I've had somebody ask this question before. I mentioned in my last Hot Topics where I said I would probably give the younger me a hug, or I would try to. I don't know, I really don't. So, like, I'm one of those people that I don't have any regrets. Like, I believe I'm exactly where I need to be right now. And even though there are things that aren't 100% where I want to be, I still believe I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And yes, one of the questions in here is, am I single? And yes, I am single. I've been in some relationships since my divorce. I have no hate for any of my ex-boyfriends. Nobody really did me dirty. It just didn't work out. But, you know, I don't say I wish I would have done things different, because, again, I learned so much. And at the end of the day, anytime something doesn't work out, there's a reason for it, and you should look for the lesson in that reason, okay? So I also say I don't have any regrets on anything that I've ever done in my life. I have no regrets, obviously, to marrying my ex-husband, because I have 2 amazing children, and we have an incredible business together. And literally, I've said this before in a YouTube video and a reel that's kind of gone viral. Like, I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for my ex-husband. You know, I still hold his name. One of the questions in here is, explain my last name. So, yes, Aguirre is my married name. But during the time that we were married, I branded myself, and I have an LLC, Jen Aguirre Fitness, and I didn't want to change it. Like, I didn't want people to not be able to find me. So I decided that I asked him permission, can I please keep my last name? And he said, of course. I will, when I do find my future partner, I will take my new husband's last name, and I will also acknowledge him, because he needs to be acknowledged. So let's just say his last name is Smith. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to say, hey guys, Jen Smith here, formerly known as Jen Aguirre, or hey guys, Jen Aguirre, now Jen Smith. I don't know which way I'm going to address it, but my husband and my last name will be acknowledged, but you know, I will be Jen Aguirre because that's who I've been for the past 16 years. I also didn't want to go back to Russo, which was my maiden name, which was my dad's name, who I disowned 7 years before he passed away. And I'm definitely not taking my mom's maiden name, which was Pepe. Jen Pepe? No. So that's why. So it all worked out. So, I forgot where I was going with this, but whatever. Oh, what would I tell my past me? So again, like everything in my life, even some of the trauma that I've been through, like I'm glad I'm who I am today. I went through all the trauma so that I can get through it, because my purpose on this earth is to show people. I don't do the things that I do so I can brag. I do the things that I do so I can show proof that you can succeed. Like, let me say that again. If I post a video of me squatting 1,000,000 pounds, I'm not posting it to brag about squatting 1,000,000 pounds. I'm posting it to show that you don't have to squat 1,000,000 pounds, but you are physically able to squat if you also have a herniated disc. For me, it's about proof that you could have Crohn's disease, colitis. I had a hypothyroidism. I've been told by doctors I needed knee replacements, nerve damage in my neck. Like, there are so many things that I have a list of shit that I have had to deal with or still deal with to this day, but I refuse to be a statistic. So I've said this 1,000,000 times. I'm not motivated by haters, but I am for sure motivated by proving doctors wrong and giving people hope. Like, that's what drives me, is I have got to be the reason why people don't make an excuse. Like, I want to be the reason why people, like, shit, if she can do it, I can do it. And I don't want people to think, like, no, you're like I've had people say this before, and I'm unbelievably humble. Like, no, you're a special person. Listen, we're all special. I've mastered my coping skills. I've mastered my mental strength. But believe me, if you knew 25 years ago me, I was rock bottom. I was beyond negative Nancy. I was depressed. I was bulimic. Like, I didn't become this woman overnight. So if I can do it, so can you. If only there was YouTube and documentation back then, which I doubt I would have documented it because I was so down. But it's proof. I swear to God, I was binging and purging in my mom's attic for months. Had a nervous breakdown, was in a psych ward for 7 days. Went to intensive outpatient therapy. This all happened after my boyfriend beat the shit out of me, threw me down a flight of stairs. My dad kind of took his side and said, at least it was only the first time he hit you. But how can my father be mad at him when my dad beat the shit out of me growing up? So went through that. Then was at the Twin Towers while I was trying to move on with my life. And then that was like the bottom. And then I turned my life around. And then I got a job working at New York Sports Club, working the front desk while I finished my certification. And then started on the floor I got my job in November. And then I started on the floor in April. And between April and the end of the year, and I don't say this to brag, but only April, not even a full year, I ranked 20 in the nation, over 4,000 trainers. The next year, I think I was number 11. The next year after that, I was number 8, then number 7, and then I left the company, and I moved to California. So I say this because if you truly find what your purpose is, and that was my purpose, coming back from being down, my purpose was to prove to people that I found out I had Crohn's disease when I was 21. This all happened when I was around 23. So, like, I wanted to help people get off medication. I wanted to help people with depression. I wanted to help people with eating disorders, emotional connection to food. So that's what drove me. That's my purpose. And that's what gets me up every day. I don't need a motivational video. I don't need a song to play. It's the discipline of getting up every day because I want to be the reason somebody doesn't make an excuse. Okay. Tell me about tell me about the build, cut, reverse. I don't really know what that means. Oh, maybe I do. Okay. So I guess it means that there are phases to coaching. And this person has a coach. So I'm okay to answer it. And I know this person's coach. I'm not going to address it. But you do a build and you are in a surplus. So you're eating more calories than your body's burning so that you could put on weight. If I have somebody in a build, including myself, I don't go in such a surplus that I put on too much body fat. For me personally, I like to stay lean because if I put on too much body fat, my whole body is inflamed, joints and gut, because of my medical condition. So I follow these same philosophies with clients, whether they have a medical condition or not. They don't all have to stay this lean, but okay, so whatever, the build. So you got the build. Then you get to a certain size where you like physically cannot eat anymore, right? You add, or you put on, you feel like you put on a good amount of muscle, you're getting stronger, and you like the size of everything, and now you want to see what's really under there, so you do a cut. And the cut might be, like, I don't coach people for shows, but the cut might be for a show, or it might just be like, I want to see what's underneath there. So, or the summertime, like I have one of my guys that we do this all year round. So you do a cut, and then you come off of the cut and you reverse diet. So the reverse diet is very important. You could do a lot of damage to your gut, and then you can make the whole process of once you start again, the whole build, cut, reverse, build, cut, reverse. You do way more damage if you don't reverse properly. You know, I've personally, I've done it properly, but like I've seen people put on a lot of cellulite when maybe typically they don't usually put on cellulite. I've seen like a lot of it is water, because sometimes when you do a cut specifically for a show, you cut water. So, you know, when you put the weight back on, some of it is water. So you could put on like 15 pounds within a week. Typically you don't want it to be like that. You want to slowly gain. Like, you know, you might be in your reverse dieting and you might put on, you know, 4 or 5 pounds, you know, within the first week or so. That's good. But that's basically how the process goes. You can do a build, a cut, a reverse, and then maintain. Like, I don't coach people for shows, so that's basically, I don't have a lot of clients that do builds. They kind of do. So most of the people that come to me, they come to me to lose weight. So I wouldn't call it a cut. This particular person is with a coach that coaches people for shows. So I just do a weight loss program, and then when we get to maintenance, depending on the client, like I have a client that doesn't like refeeds. Like, she doesn't like eating unhealthy food. So right now we're very close to her goal weight. We're gonna maintain that for a little while to get that to be your body's set point. And then we're gonna reverse a little bit, and we're gonna very slowly reverse. Sometimes I don't really reverse because I don't have anybody on a cut, and I don't coach people for shows. So I don't necessarily have to do a cut. I do a maintenance, and then my maintenance is every week you could have a refeed. I have multiple clients that have been in maintenance for years, and every week they get a refeed and they maintain their goal weight. So, long drawn out answer to that question. But the next question is in another language, and I can't understand it, so I'm sorry, but apparently the word sexy is the same in every language, because pies use sexy is what it ends with. I have no idea what that means. Would you ever work out with Dana Lynn Bailey? Yes. Thank you for the compliment. You're in great shape. Did I grow up playing sports? I did. But not for very long. So I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't want this to be too much about trauma. But every time I did good in a sport or anything for that matter, as soon as I got really good at it, my dad would pull me out. I don't know why. These are things that I talk about with my therapist. We talked about it once. But I played violin. I went to NYSSMA. I don't even know if NYSSMA is still around, but it was back in the day when I was in high school 100 years ago. And I got an outstanding, and then my dad took me out of it. I played softball, got MVP. My dad took me out of it. No. Softball, I just did really well at, and then he took me out. Basketball, I got MVP. He took me out of it. Played volleyball for a little bit. I don't really remember why I stopped that. And that was it. So I'm like kind of athletic when it comes to like sports and stuff like that. And when I set my mind to something, like if I'm going to say I'm going to do it, like when I did jiu-jitsu, I gave everything to jiu-jitsu. And in 13 months, Cesar Gracie promoted me. I'm the quickest female he's ever promoted, and the second quickest person he's ever promoted to a blue belt. Autistic topics. So with this person, I would actually love to know what you mean. So for those of you that don't know, maybe you're new to the channel, I have 2 sons. One is biologically mine. He's going to be, I can't believe, 18. And then my other son is adopted and autistic, and he's going to be 11. He is my guardian angel. Both my kids are my angels. They are my world. I will do anything for them. Everything I do is for them. And, but I truly believe that Amir was brought into my life. He's my youngest, to save me from the trauma that I've been through. And there's a lot of depth to that. But, I would love to know what this person wants me to talk about, because I am open to talking about anything. My son is fucking amazing, so smart. I don't know what kind of autistic child he's going to be, but I am okay with either one. If he ends up being the kind of autistic where he's got to live with either me or my ex-husband, then I'm okay with that. If he's going to, which we're going to do everything in our power to do this for him, where he can take care of himself, then great. But I'm okay either way. Prep for the holidays. I don't know, are you asking me for prep ideas for the holidays? A lot, if not all of my clients are getting like a refeed. I don't really have a prep or anything, for the holidays. I just eat my regular stuff, and then I might count Thursday, as a refeed. I'm gonna be honest with you, I just started a new plan, and with my Crohn's disease that I've had for 20 something years, I've done the same thing, same food for I got myself in remission, same food for 10 years. Then I develop a little bit of food sensitivities. Then I got to change it up. Then I do the same thing again for another 5 years. And then, so I've been eating the same thing for a really long time. And I just got to the point over the past month where I just hate food. If I could just intravenous my food, I would. I hate it. And I finally decided to stop avoiding checking in with my coach, which this is a horrible thing. And if a client did this to me, I wouldn't be upset at them, because at least they're not quitting, and I never quit on Andy, but, I would just, and that's what Andy said to me. I went up to him and I was like, you have no idea, it feels so good to feel good after months, because I've been feeling like this for months, but I've been avoiding him for 3 weeks. Kind of checking in, not really telling him what's going on, and boom, we changed my nutrition. So I might do a video of what my meal plan is without giving you guys full macros and all that other stuff. But I have been on this plan so far for 2 days only. Today will be my third day, my first rest day on the plan, which there's not much of a difference. And Thursday is Thanksgiving. I'm going over my ex-husband's house to hang out with his girlfriend. Lives with him, with her daughter. So it's going to be me, my kids, my girlfriend, and Tatay, which is grandpa in Tagalog, Filipino. So Nanay is still in California, because they have a house there still. We sold ours. So I don't know if I'm going to go off plan. I'm going to be honest. If my stomach still continues to feel this great all the way up until Thursday, and I don't feel like I want to slightly go off plan, and if I do, it would just be, it wouldn't be anything crazy, because I don't really do desserts, and if I do a refeed, I usually do a burger or sushi. So, it might just be, I don't know, it might be a different kind of bread and turkey and whatever. How do you train with your disc herniation? I have bulging and tear, and it's so debilitating. So I found out that I had a herniated disc 5 years ago, and I did very unconventional style of rehab. I actually started working with a powerlifting place, and this guy, Diablo Barbell in California, Ted O'Neill, he followed a lot of Louis Simmons's philosophies on the types of training. Louis Simmons from Westside Barbell, rest in peace, designed the reverse hyperextension for that reason, to build strength through range of motion. So the stronger you are, your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back, the stronger you can be when you're deadlifting, squatting, and benching, but specifically deadlift and squatting. So I started 3 days after I got out of the hospital, started working over there. I wasn't doing any benching. I wasn't doing any deadlifting either. I was only squatting and doing my core work. I was doing reverse hyperextension before and after every workout, 3 to 4 days a week. That shit saved my back. I still do it to this day. I've posted videos of it on Instagram. I would recommend you start doing that. Maybe work with a coach in the beginning so they could just teach you form and whatnot on it. And then I would say the biggest thing for me that I probably have forgotten to mention is when you follow an anti-inflammatory diet, which I do for my medical condition, you heal significantly quicker from most, if not all, injuries. And that is the reason why I feel like I healed as quickly as I did. Mental strength too, like I kept telling myself, don't be afraid to move. Being in pain for 4 days, not able to stand up straight in the hospital, 5 days, not able to stand up straight for 5 days. I was in the hospital for 4, in pain for 5. So that is kind of like what I would recommend. And within 8 days, I squat 305 pounds for the first time. Again, not to brag, just to show you guys that it's possible. What was your thing to do as a child? I don't have a lot of memories of my childhood. I don't have a lot of memories prior to my nervous breakdown. I don't know if that's the first time I've ever said that on camera. But I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, I did a lot of little fun dancing stuff. I was always very into dancing. But yeah, I don't know. My dating life, single, like so single that like I'm not even flirting with anybody. So single. That's how single I am. Nobody's even flirting with me. Nobody's even attempting to ask me out. And I want to say something. I feel like, and I've only been told this by guy friends of mine, and again, this is not me sitting here bragging, like, I feel like there are men out there that assume that I'm only interested in one thing or I move a certain way. I own my own house. I own a business with my ex. There's no drama there. Like, our divorce was done in 2 weeks. No alimony, no child support. We split everything down the middle. Like, everything is stupid cordial. I love his girlfriend. I can totally be around him. We don't see each other in the studio. He works in the morning. I work at night. We just exchange money. When it comes to, he pays one set of bills and I split it with him. I pay another set of bills and we split and he sends it to me. So like, it's so normal because at the end of the day, it is not about us. We just didn't work. It's about the kids, and most people do not realize that. So it's normal. Like, I'm not in a, I don't know if men think that because that I have baggage. People assume that because I look like this, that this is what I want to date. I don't want to date a competitor. I don't need to date a bodybuilder. And I know this is going to sound weird to say, but I like a fuller man. Like, I like, not overweight, but like, if you got a little bit of cushion on you, like, you obviously have to work out. I like a man with nice shoulders. I like a man with nice legs. I like a man that fucking trains legs. But like, if you don't need to have a six pack at all, like if you have a little bit of a belly, that's kind of like hot for me. You need to work out. I could never date anybody that doesn't follow like some kind of plan, because we would just live 2 totally different lives. Like, you can't. I just think it becomes very difficult. I had a guy that like loved food and loved cooking, and we tried to talk about dating, and then he kept saying, oh, I can make this, and I can do this, and I can make it where you can enjoy your food. And I'm like, I don't need you to do anything. Like, I eat for fuel. Like, I don't need, like, and you need to be with somebody that you can cook for, that's going to appreciate that, because I don't appreciate that. That's not my thing. So, like, I need to be with somebody that, like, follows something. Again, we can go off plan. We can go get burgers on date night. Like, I don't have to be strict like I'm competing, but you have to remember I have a medical condition, so you have to be okay with that. I think people also think that because I have an autistic child that it's a lot of drama. My son is so not, like, he's communicative, he's not nonverbal, he's very high functioning, he doesn't throw tantrums, He is, you cannot not laugh when you are around this kid. He is a jokester. He is amazing. So, I just think that men assume that I want something. And I also think that because I'm alpha in life, that they think that I'm going to be alpha in a relationship, but I'm very old school. Like, I very much am very old school. Like, I want to take care of the guy. If we are fully in a relationship and we are partners and we live together, I do believe that the man has the final say. I will always have my independence. I will always have my business. I will never allow a man to take care of me. I don't want that anyway. But I'm very old school. I don't want to be alpha. I want a man to be a man. I just want to be a girl. I want to be a girl. I want a man that, like, I can take the fucking garbage out, but be a man and say, baby, I know you can do it. Give me the garbage. I'll take it out. I've been taking out the garbage for 40 something years. I want somebody else to take out the garbage for me. Okay. Okay. Somebody asked me a question and didn't realize that I was going to answer the questions on another platform, not right away. And they asked an inappropriate question, and then their next question to me, or next box to me, was please answer me. Or answer me privately, please. And no, fuck off. I'm not going to answer inappropriate questions. Somebody else gave me a compliment. Thank you. Best way to get out of a depression, funk, or being unmotivated. So I tapped on that, and I'm going to kind of end with that, because the next person asked about back injuries, and I talked about that a lot. I think it's going to be the best answer I can give you is to find your purpose. Find what wakes you up in the morning. Figure out what your why is. If you know what your why is, it will drive everything. And your why can be for different things, but I teach about the making vision boards. You need to have all of your goals. Fitness goals, life goals, relationship goals. Some things you're in control of and some things you're not. Living goals, whatever it is, right? Free time goals. And then you need to have your why. And then there's another column that how will life be different? And this is how I teach how you do it. What are your goals? Why are they your goals? And the why is the negative part. If I stay where I'm at, let's just say the fitness goal is lose 30 pounds. Why do I want to lose 30 pounds? Because if I stay where I'm at, these are all the things that are happening in my life right now that I don't like. How will life be different is the positive. When I get the 30 pounds down, this is what's going to be different in my life. That's how you do it. I don't believe in vision boards that just have pictures of shit. Who the fuck is going to be motivated by that? So, and who's going to remember that? When you're standing there at a party and you're surrounded by shit food. Like, who's going to remember the picture on the vision board? But if you remember your why, like Tony Robbins talks about linking pain and linking pleasure. So for me, like, I link physical IV in my arm because I have to go to the hospital because I'm going to have a Crohn's attack if I eat something crappy off plan. I also picture myself having crappy workouts. I picture myself with my body fat too high and I'm physically inflamed and I cannot perform in a YouTube video, or what I also picture my kids being bummed out because I can't play with them because mommy's got to relax because I'm inflamed, or I picture myself with a $3,000 hospital bill because I got to go to the hospital. Like, these are all the things that I picture. So when I see that food, I'm like, that don't do shit to me. I mean, I was married and my ex-husband, Filipino, my kids, part Filipino, part Italian, Indian, and they're eating pizza and shit, and I never ate any of that stuff. Like, both of my kids have had birthdays, shit, every year. Go figure. And I've not eaten birthday cake on any of their birthdays for almost 18 years and almost 11 years. And my kids don't think that I love them less because I haven't taken a bite of their birthday cake. So that's a lot of things that parents think. Oh, well, I gotta eat the cupcake. Why? Why do you have to eat it? I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that either. Like, I have plenty of clients that celebrate birthdays and they get a treat and they get a refeed, they get a piece of cake, they get a glass of wine, but it's got to be earned. Me, I'm the extreme because of my condition. But I am going to end there. So I hope you guys like this. Not hot topics in the hot tub, but hot topics. That's it. Leave your comments below. Like, subscribe, share to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.